think about this. You're working on something before you go on break. Now, because you didn't, like Tim said, because you didn't plan your break, you know, really, your body, because it's like, I got to get it done. Right. But you've been going so hard for so long to where you're making these mistakes. Now, your body is forcing you to go on break. And yeah, you needed that break. But the whole break, you're thinking about what you got to do when you come back. Yeah. And how daunting that task is. And how overwhelmed you are to where you didn't even break. Right. You just stopped working. Right. You didn't break.
Just sit still for a minute.
That's it.
Yeah.
You didn't. So breaks, you're supposed to go collect yourself.
Yes.
Go and replenish. Go and, like you said earlier, rejuvenate. Just go and really relax.
Yeah.
Man,
it's so important.
It is.
It is. Because, like you said, coming back off that break, there's a right way and a wrong way to do anything. And so even if you're taking a break and you're going to come back off your break, you don't come back off your break like, oh yeah, I'm back, baby. You know what I'm saying? Right. I know y'all missed me. Everything broke down because I wasn't here, and y'all couldn't survive without me, come back like, you know, like, I don't need this. I don't need y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Look, I'm the best thing to happen to y'all.
So it's like, and then come back, and then you realize that, because sometimes people feel like it's all about them, and they take a break and they come back and they realize that things are continuing to go on.
Come on, yes, sir.
And it's like wait a minute.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying?
That's not a bad thing.
It's not.
Because guess what? Now you know, it's other people.
And I can take another break if I need to.
Light bulb. Come on, for real. For real, because I mean, think about it, you're like, man, I'm wore out, you know. But now you can see, wait a minute. They did this while I was gone? Oh, wow. Wow. Yeah. You know, but man, you honestly, maybe.
And it don't take nothing away from you, from your contributions.
Nothing.
To whatever you're doing, to your family, to your job, to your church, to anything that you're doing, everything you're a part of. Just because you take a break, it does not, and they continue to go on, it does not say anything bad about you. It just basically, what you can do at that point is saying, okay, man, like you said earlier, I've had time to go back and refresh. I've cleared my mind out. I can come back with some fresh ideas, or I can look at things from a different perspective because I'm not so bogged down in the trenches. So now I'm coming back with this fresh perspective, and I can see what they did, and I can add to it.
Do this. Try this. Take a real good break, and then when you come off break, tell somebody how good your break was. Encourage them to go take a real good break.
Don't be bragging now.
No brag.
Don't be throwing in their face.
Man, my break was so fire.
I was on the beach, and no.
Right. You ought to go try it on your break. And guess what? Now you are creating probably a pretty decent atmosphere. Yeah. Because people are taking breaks. Because now you got your whole section coming back refreshed. Yes. And rejuvenated. Your whole section. Right. And like you said, you found out that, well, okay, when I was on breaks, things were able to, continue on. So, hey, I just took a real good break. Now you go take one. Because I know I can do my part just like I know you can do your part. Yeah. You ain't got to worry about things falling off or anything like that. Right. But take a real good break. And another thing that happens, though, because, like, there are times where things needed to be taken care of. Like you said, we're in a different location now. So a lot of stuff happens on breaks. Yeah. But there are some necessary things that needed to happen on break. So like while we took a break from this, he was shutting down the shop over at the studio. get it, and it's based off of the word of the Lord. Said, hey, I need you to spend more family time.
Yeah, definitely.
So like, God has given him a plan on how to spend more family time.
Yeah.
And all of this happened over the break. So in a sense, I'm saying, once you get away from being a busybody, and take time and have that quiet time with God. That's another thing that.
Can we go a little deeper?
Yes, go ahead.
If you feel like you can never take a break because you're so busy, first of all, because I had to deal with this myself. First of all, you can ask yourself, why are you doing what you're doing? Are you doing it because that's what you're supposed to be doing?
Right.
Are you doing it because you're getting validation from it? Are you doing it because you're chasing something? Are you doing it because, you know what I'm saying? Whatever you're doing, why are you doing it? First and foremost. Secondly, you got to ask yourself, is what you're doing bringing value?
Come on, man.
Because, and I'm not talking about financial value alone. Right. I'm talking about value to your situation. So, again, like, I'm married. We're married. We have kids. You know what I'm saying? Both of us. You know, and so I can't just think about what brings value to me personally. I got to think about what brings value to my household.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so, it's what I'm doing that's got me constantly going and going and going. What value is that bringing to my situation?
Right.
And then lastly, just because, and I struggle with this one right here. When the Holy Spirit gave me the instruction, you need to stop and refocus back on your family. It wasn't because the studio was doing bad.
Right.
It wasn't because my photography was doing bad. As a matter of fact, I had to end up turning down clientele. You know what I'm saying? It was doing well enough. And so it's just because something fails doesn't mean that, hey, now it's time to take a break. Even if you're at your height of doing something that still has you busy and going, and you don't have value and you don't have substance and everything else that comes along with it, if you're given an instruction, you know what I'm saying? It may be because we didn't make ourselves, right?
Right.
So when you have a problem, I know y'all heard this before, we have a problem with a product. This is a Logitech MX Master 3 mouse. If this mouse stopped working, I'm not gonna go to Sony to say what's wrong with it. I'm gonna go back to the manufacturer, which is Logitech. And so, because they can tell me what's wrong with this mouse.
It's MX. Oh, okay, it's on there. I was about to say, you know that?
Yeah.
He know his stuff.
and so I'm gonna go back to and so if my manufacturer, God, you know what I'm saying, says, hey, I see something is about to break.
Right.
You need to stop doing this, that, and the other. And he tells me to stop. Even if I'm at the height of what I'm doing, I might need to chill out.
Yeah.
I ain't saying it's easy because, again, I struggle, boy.
Right.
I struggle with it. And I still have my little morning periods here and there now. You know what I'm saying? Because, again, it wasn't like it was doing bad. It was just that I needed to refocus on what was more important.
Right.
Yeah.
And I like that the part where you said, you know, what value is it adding? By running yourself, what value? I can tell you the value of me taking a break. So like, I got some real good folks on my job. I'll say that. I've said that. I got real good folks on my job to where like I can finally, because I didn't always have this. Me and Tim had thousands of conversations.
Yeah.
You know, about the folks at my job, at my other job. But now I'm in a place to where I can come home and not bring work with me.
Yeah.
But not everybody in my house can do that. You know, my wife, you know, may have some difficult folks that she got to deal with. But what if I was running myself ragged? What value could I bring to my wife if all she do is complain about her job and all I do is complain about my job? Right. What value? Because at this point it's, no, my situation is way worse than yours.
Yeah.
She said this.
Yeah.
you know.
Yep.
So like, and two, like I said, I can tell you the value of a break. So like, I can go on break now at work, whether it's my 15-minute or my lunch or whatever it is, I can go on break and truly take a break.
Right.
To where it's like, okay, I found a really good stopping point. I got a task completed. I feel good where I stopped at. I'm gonna walk away and then I'm gonna start on something else. I'm gonna start on my next task when I come back. Because here's the thing. That's why I say, you know, when you're talking about overcoming the break, you got to come off a break some point.
Yeah.
You do. And just like Tim said earlier, just like faith without works is dead, so is, you know, if you want to eat, you got to work.
Yep. Come on.
You just have to. You know, so like.
And let me tell you this. Let me tell y'all this because he knows his story. Because even his situation with his job, he took another position. That position he took ended up putting him back a little bit pay-wise.
Yeah.
But because he was being obedient, he got into a good place. God has already taken him back and some.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? From what he thought he was missing.
Right.
And now it's not just money that he has back. Now he has peace of mind.
Right.
He has the ability to come into a good environment. He has the ability to actually just be around and have a conversation without worrying about people trying to stab him in the back or take his position or anything like that or talking about him. So, I mean, again, sometimes that instruction may not always be easy to follow because we might not know what's coming around the corner. But again, we have a manufacturer.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Who says that I made you, I know what's best for you, I'm gonna lead you in the right direction. All you gotta do is follow.
So when God says, I know the plans I have for your life, He's not saying this is what I'm thinking. He says this is what I wrote out.
Yeah.
This is what I wrote out. And guess what? So Jesus, he did say, it is written, man shall not live by bread alone. Or Jesus spoke everything that was written, right? As if it was like, hey, no, this is what it is.
Right.
So the thing is, if God is saying, I know the plans I have for your life, it is what it is. It's not him thinking. It's so think of it this way. Think of it as a blueprint. Like you trying to get a house built. You got to have the blueprint, also known as plans.
Right.
You got floor plan. It's like, so when you have a floor plan, it's like, this is what's going to be here.
Right.
And that's what God is saying. This is what's going to be here. This is what's going to happen. So like I told you, I mean, we talked that much about, you know, some issues that I used to have, you know. So now I'm at a place to where I don't have those issues. Now I'm at a place to where I can comfortably take my break, you know. So like when I come home, I don't have to compete with my wife of who had the worst day. You know what I mean? Yeah. You got it all day long, baby. I'm praying for you. Pray that they get right. You know? Right. But the thing is, now I can sit and listen to her, you know, when she have an issue, when something is going on at work. I can sit and listen and, you know, and she can finally release. Because now, like, this is, man, let me tell you, bro. So, like, my wife would come and say, you know, she would do some complaining about some things, period. And then she'll say, oh, thanks for listening. I needed that.
That's what's up.
I needed that. Why? Because I break well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I break well.
You know.
T-shirt.
But for real though, because, you know, I know how to take a break. So even, and I kid you not, because when it comes down to it, man, my wife know what she doing. She got this thing. Period. She know what she doing. So like, all she need is a chance to get it off her chest.
Yeah.
Now, yeah, she may call me and I'm on my break, and yeah, listening to it, but I'm still on break. I'm not talking about my work.
Right.
I'm just listening to hers.
and you know what? Again, if we don't have the capacity from actually being able to take a break.
Right.
Again, your break doesn't mean that you're going on vacation for 2 weeks or anything
Right.
like that. A break can mean I need to step away for a minute. Let me go clear my mind real quick. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm gonna come back in. But if you don't take your little breaks here and there, and even your big breaks when you need them, you won't have the capacity to be able to be there for the people who need you to be there for them.
Right.
And who hadn't come to the revelation of knowing how important the break is.
Right.
And so, and then again, like you said in your job, like you say, like at a job, if a person see you go and take a break and come back and clear mind and everything like that, it's like, dang,
What you doing your break?
I want that. Let me go take me a break too. You know what I'm saying? And so again, it is so very important that we actually take those breaks when they're needed.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, the break between season 1 and season 2 was necessary.
Very.
It
A lot
was
happened
necessary.
there.
And we could have kept going.
Right.
Because when we first started, it was like season 1, season 2, we just gonna keep going. You know what I'm saying? What is that? You know, and we've seen other podcasts like, okay, we're gonna end for the season, we'll take a break, and it was like, we just getting started. How we gonna take a break? You know what I'm saying? Whoever's listening, they're gonna stop listening. You know, but the thing is that again, if you are continuing to go, it doesn't matter who's there or not.
Right.
If you're not there,
Right.
mentally,
Right.
you know, if you're not there, energy wise, if you're not there, with a clear thought,
Right.
you know. So it is so very important to take that break, guys.
If you're not there 100%,
Mm.
if you're not there 100%, like, Holy Spirit, thank you. There is no need to continue to work severely wounded.
Mm.
Your career will end trying to push through
Yep.
brokenness.
Come on.
Your career will end trying to push through hurt. Your career will end trying to push through exhaustion.
Mm-hmm.
Seriously, it will. So there are people who have died of a heart attack
Yeah.
because all they did was work, because they were so worried about failing, so worried about something not being right, so worried that if they were to stop, I mean, it's not like that movie Speed where you got to keep the bus running, you know.
Your heart gonna explode.
Right. No, it's not that. It's actually the opposite.
Mm-hmm.
If you keep running, you're gonna explode
Mm-hmm.
in more ways than one. And what value, like Tim said, what value is that to your family?
Right.
What value is it to, for you to have? And we knew a lady, who worked hard, but ended up having a stroke. Sister Jackson, love her.
Yeah.
We had the same birthday. Love her. God rest her soul, but worked hard.
Yeah.
But ended up having a stroke, and her life was changed forever.
Yeah. And listen, guys, when you have a situation like that, not necessarily a stroke thing, but if you don't take that break, it don't just affect you, but it affects anybody that's connected to you.
Right.
Whatever thing you all had set up, like if I was to, something was to happen to me, you know what I'm saying? If I have a mental breakdown or whatever, now my kids, it's going to affect my kids. Mm-hmm. It's going to affect my wife. They're not going to have that support or that protection or that structure that they were accustomed to. They're not going to be able to, it's just going to affect everybody. You know what I'm saying? And so understand that, just like you got the analogy about the bus speed, if it stopped, it wasn't just going to kill the person that was driving. It had collateral damage.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
There was going to be collateral damage. So, yeah, please, take your breaks. Do that. You know what I'm saying? If it's a small break, if it's a long break, plan your break. It is that important, man.
Right. And then come off break. Don't get lazy.
Yeah.
Don't just get stuck, in sleep. Don't get stuck in slumber. You know,
Mm-hmm.
come off break. Yeah, there's some things that change. You know, some stuff happened. You know, but you know what? You can handle it a little bit better now because you took a break.
Right.
Because right before you went on break, yeah, you was gonna blow up. You was gonna go off. You was gonna
burn out.
Scabba-pop somebody. You know what I mean? But now, you know, yeah, some of the same situations is there, but you can handle it a whole lot better.
Right.
You know, you went and had you some tuna and crackers, and you know, watched a little, you know, YouTube or Netflix or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
You did. At least you took a break.
Let me tell you something. I'm sorry, it just hit
Go,
me.
yeah, he was
Man,
like,
some of the best. Listen, some of the best sleep I ever had have been on 15-minute breaks.
man.
Go out to the car, you might only sleep for 10 minutes. You know what I'm saying? But that sometimes is the best sleep I've ever had. And guess what? When I come back in, I'm ready. You know what I'm saying?
For real,
Let's go.
For real. It's like, oh, we got this, and that. Because guess what? Now I'm coming back with a not so tired mind.
Refreshed.
I'm refreshed. I can put a plan together on how to get those tasks taken care of.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So you got to realize you got to take a break.
Mm-hmm.
You got to break the right way. You got to break well. But now you got to come off a break and get back to work. Yeah, like I said, some things change. Where you had one task, the instructions on how to complete that task is different. The timeline is different. Something is different. Like you said, like we talked about, man, we're in a totally different space. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so some things are different, but we realize, hey, we still are trying to impact some lives for the kingdom of God. We're still trying to advance the kingdom in whatever way we can. There's still work for us to do. Yeah, we needed a break. So in us taking our break, man, like I said, yeah, our conversations kept going, and they wasn't. But the best thing about some of those congregations, no offense to y'all, again, if you're offended, go back and listen to Overcoming Offense.
Yep.
Yeah. But the thing is, those conversations that we had off of the break was a whole lot better because we wasn't worried about, oh man, this would have been a good show.
Right.
This was just us getting back to us.
Yep.
And sometimes you need a break to get back to you.
Yeah, exactly.
Sometimes, hey, you're not a company man on your break. Depending on what you do, you know.
Right.
You know, don't go out and do something stupid with your company T-shirt on. You know,
still represent
in the company vehicle.
Right.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. No, that's not what we're telling you. But what I'm saying is, you know, on your break, man, it's you need to be focused on you. And man, what you say, self-care ain't selfish. It's not self. I love that T-shirt.
Not at all.
Yeah.
Man.
But, go ahead, man.
I was gonna say, man, I was just gonna wrap up.
Oh, go ahead, man. We good.
So I mean, again, y'all, we are super excited to be back.
Yeah, man.
First episode, season 2 in the books.
Yeah.
Y'all already know what's about to happen for season 2. We have more amazing topics. We have topics that are coming from you all. We have people topics coming from stuff we experienced over the break.
Right.
And man, look, and why, you know, like I said, we are some different environment, but hey, it's about to get crazy.
It is, man.
And the Lord has continued to bless us, and so it's just gonna go higher and higher.
Right. To God be the glory, man.
Yeah. And as always, you know where you can reach us on our social medias. Y'all gonna hear my kids, they just got back to the house.
Get used to it.
Yeah. It is what it is, you know what I'm saying? It's real.
What's up?
And so, yeah, you know, you can always reach us on any of our social medias, be it Facebook, Instagram, hey TJ, Instagram, TikTok, and at YouTube at Raw Talk Christian Podcast. If you need to reach out to us via email, it is rawtalkchristianpodcast@gmail.com. And as always, y'all, look, if you like the podcast, make sure you subscribe to those networks.
Yes, sir.
Make sure you're hitting the like button, leaving comments.
Share it.
Yeah, share it with us. Even if you're gonna give us some feedback and stuff like that, we welcome it. All right.
Yeah.
So, Got anything else you want?
Man, no, that's it, man.
Just happy to be back here.
Man, happy to be back. Off break. Yes,
sir. Yes, sir. Hey, so again, thank you all for joining us. My name is Tim.
And I'm Tony.
And this has been Raw Talk Christian Podcast. We'll see you all next time.
You know what it is. Peace.